Just one question, Greg. So in the appraisal process, if the appraisal comes in too low, what repercussions or appeal processes are available to the buyer?
Good question. So FHA, there is really no appraisal. Like you can't really go back and say, hey, we want to fight this. You could say, hey, there's additional comps. Could we have the appraiser look at this? But once the appraiser has spoken, that appraisal is held to the property for 120 days. So if the buyer wanted to go to a different bank, well, they can't. That appraisal is now stuck to that property. It's underneath the FHA. So if someone else, another buyer comes through, or you try to go to a different bank, that appraisal is stuck to the property. Conventionally, well, an appraisal truly is an opinion of value. So you could go to a different bank on a conventional loan and have a different bank have a different appraiser do the appraisal again and potentially get a higher value because, again, it's all based on the data that appraiser is using. So you get nuanced like lakefront properties or properties that have different school districts or different border lines where maybe you have an appraiser that didn't use the right data. They use data that we don't agree with, and they're not willing to make an adjustment based on the data that we think should be used. Well, that could be that we want to go to a different appraiser and see if their justification or their ability to use different data comes up with a different number. Well, on a conventional, and you can do that. So that's where I would say people get very frustrated with that system or that piece of this, saying, well, one appraiser versus another appraiser, why would I want to go to a different appraiser? And it comes down to the data, and what data they're going to use.
It's kind of like the art versus the science of the process.
Correct.
Well, thanks so much, Greg.
Of course.